So far, so good for Bitcoin on the hourly. We can see that we did test this little double bottom. We had a liquidity sweep from earlier, and it looks like we're holding. So far, so good at this $112,000 range. This is technically a retest of support back from when we retested this area in August 2nd. But keep in mind that if we fail to hold the support, we do have a lot of downside room, which would still maintain extremely bullish sentiment long term. And if you're like me and you're impatiently waiting for altcoin season and you're looking at Bitcoin dominance, you can still see that we're sitting just under the 60%. But at the end of the day, we want to see this continue to the downside and break under 50%. That would be the most bullish thing to see, so that we can see the distribution of money from Bitcoin into altcoin. Which the leader in that category and to push altcoin money is going to be Ethereum. You can see that we're in a bearish crossover on the daily. So if this wants to swing up and double top or create a higher high with a regular bearish divergence or create a lower high, something like that along those lines and confirm, we could see this come back down. But at the end of the day, I do want to see some sort of support test and confirmation of support holding somewhere in this $4,000 to $3,700 range. That would make me feel very confident that we would be finding some sort of potential support, and then we can push up from there. But if not, if we do fail that, there is plenty of room for this to continue to the downside. You can see there's plenty of volume at about 2,600. So if it really wanted to slip, it can. It really just depends on what the market wants to give us and what it wants to do. Even from a macro perspective, we can see more winners on the day than losers. OKB pushed up 33%, but if you're looking at the top players, they're all down minus, let's say, in the 1 to 3% range. Volume flow in the last 24 hours is also red, but it's not too bad. It's only minus 1%, so this could flip back green pretty fast, aka finding support and finding an inflow of volume so that price can push back up. Even the macros are going to be relatively bullish per se, considering what's going on with price action and everything in the space. You know that it's a lot of short-term traders when everyone is freaking out when price is at 113,000 on Bitcoin, for example. And if you would have even looked at this 6 months ago when it was at the 60s to the 70s, people were going nuts and talking about how bullish it was and how we were going to go to 200. But now, because we've reached up to here, if we swing down to even 108, everyone wants to go extremely bearish. So it's just funny how sentiment will change based on where price action is currently sitting. As far as crypto trading and everything goes, just be very careful going into tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be FOMC and it's going to be when Jerome Powell speaks. And that can be in addition to a lot of volatility in the market, and that's at 10 a.m. Mind you, New York's market opens at 9:30. So basically right after the ORB, the opening range traders, get into the market at 9:45, we're going to get a big macro event. So expect a lot of volatility across all markets, not just crypto or Forex or futures or stocks or whatever it is. If you want to stay up to date and join us in the EPIQ trading floor, it is free to sign up. You can get access to this 24/7 live news feed, and there's live signals and stuff like that. And then if you want to get access to the all access pass, there are limited spots. There's one lifetime spot left at 40% off. And then there's one one-on-one mentorship spot left for anyone that's interested in that too. So I'll add the link in the video as well as the description in the comments to the EPIQ trading floor. I hope everyone has an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you're tuning in the world. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button if you're not following me already, and I will see you in the next video.